Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to Shihab's Islamic teaching. I pray to Allah the Almighty that He keeps everyone safe in this hard time of the virus COVID-19. I hope everyone is happy and safe at their home with the blessings of Allah the Almighty. Dear brothers and sisters, today in my channel I am going to share with you the story of Prophet Yousuf alayhi wassalam. Before that, let me give you a short story about his father Yaqub alayhi wassalam, who is the son of Ishaq alayhi wassalam and who is the son of Ibrahim alayhi wassalam. The family of Ibrahim alayhi wassalam, the progeny of Ibrahim alayhi wassalam, had so many prophets in them, and because of this, as Ibrahim alayhi wassalam was a prophet, then the prophethood came to Ishaq alayhi wassalam. From Ishaq alayhi wassalam it came to Yaqub, and from Yaqub alayhi wassalam it went to Yusuf alayhi wassalam. Yaqub alayhi wassalam had 12 sons, and out of 12 sons, 10 were from one wife and 2 were from the other wife. Now, the story of Yusuf alayhi wassalam is completely filled with pain and loss, and it has a lot of teachings for us, the today's generation and the generation afterwards. It teaches us about so many small concepts which we face in our today's world. So let us begin the story of Yusuf alayhi wassalam. Yaqub alayhi wassalam was Allah's prophet and Allah's messenger. So he had so many knowledges, and he could interpret the dreams seen by people. So one day, Yusuf alayhi wasallam, when he was a kid, he came to his father and he said that he was very much happy, and he ran to his father and he said that, "Father, I have seen 11 stars, the moon and the sun doing sujood to me, like bowing to me. And what does this dream mean?" As Yaqub alayhi wasallam was a prophet, and he understood the dream and he interpreted it, and he said that Allah is going to give you something very big as a reward to you, and you are going to be a prophet in the future. Now Yaqub alayhi wasallam knew about all other his sons, and he told him that please don't relate this dream to your brothers. They might be good, but shaytan is our biggest enemy, because the relation between brothers and sisters is of blood, but sometimes shaitan gives us so many different types of bad intentions, that because of which enmity or jealousy grows between in this relationship. Like for example, once we don't have a brother or a sister or a sibling, our parents take care of us a lot. Now once another child comes in our life, like our small brother or our small sister, then we start feeling like our parents are caring more to them than to us. So this is actually from shaitan. Our parents are not dividing their love between both of us, but it's shaitan, or the evilness of shaitan, which is trying to give us bad intention and telling us inside our mind that what our parents are doing is wrong. They are loving our sister or our brother more than us, and this creates jealousy, which is haram in Islam. So as Yusuf alayhi wasallam was a small kid, he didn't understand what his father has told him, and he went and related it to his brother. Now now his brothers were a bit jealous about him, and they thought that he and his brother were more cared by their father than them, and this created a jealousy inside them. So after they got the dream, they came to know about the dream of Yusuf alayhi wasallam. They understood that father is caring more about him and is telling that he will get prophethood and all these things. So we must do something so that father gives more intention to us. And then they plotted a plan, and they planned to kill Yusuf alayhi wasallam. Astaghfirullah. They plotted a plan, and they wanted to kill Yusuf alayhi wasallam. But one of the brothers told that it's better if we throw him in a well, empty well, and when the caravans come, when the merchants and caravans come through the way, they will take him and take him to a different place. So it's done, and we won't be the murderer. We won't be called a murderer. So this was the plan they made. See, brothers and sisters, what they have planned because of the jealousy, because of what shaitan was doing in their mind, playing with their mind. Because of jealousy, they wanted to kill their own blood. So after that, after making this plan, they went to their father Yaqub alayhi wasalam and told him that, Father, please let us take Yusuf with us so that we can play with him together somewhere out in a picnic or something. And like this they started to convince Yaqub alayhi wasalam. But Yaqub alayhi wasalam understood their plan, or he thought that they might do something to his son. So he said that, I'm afraid to let Yusuf go with you, because while you guys are playing, maybe Yusuf would be somewhere else left alone and a wolf might eat him. But they started pleading to him, and then Yaqub alayhi wasalam reluctantly accepted. So once Yusuf alayhi wasalam went with them, they kept Yusuf alayhi wasalam in an empty well and said that, we are playing hide and seek, so you wait there, we will come and take you. So once they left, they never came back, and Yusuf alayhi wasalam was left in that well all alone. And what they did, they killed a small animal or something and took the shirt of Yusuf alayhi wasalam before putting him in the well, and they put the blood of that animal on his shirt. And they went to Yaqub alayhi wasalam crying and told him that, Father, look, this is the blood of Yusuf, and while we were playing in the forest, a wolf came and ate him. So Yaqub alayhi wasalam, as he was prophet and he was more knowledgeable than anyone, he understood that this was they were telling lie, and they were not telling the truth. They did something to Yusuf, and he said that, Allah has given me sabr, so I will wait, because Allah has seen what you guys have done. This much he had said, and he started waiting for Yusuf alayhi wasalam. Now, dear brothers and sisters, we have to understand one thing. When I share with you the future story of Yusuf alayhi wasalam, what happened later on, you will understand one thing, that had Allah not planned this for Yusuf alayhi wasalam, he would have never got to that place where he was going to be, that great place where Allah has taken him. So this was a kind of test for Yusuf alayhi wasalam. Through the pains and suffering, Allah has taken him to loss of his parents, of his family. Allah has taken him to a greater place, which is far more better than the life he was spending with his father. So we will slowly understand. But the main point here now is that jealousy can cause a lot of things in a relationship, which can destroy bond of brothers or sisters or even parents completely. For this, we should never be jealous. So once Yusuf alayhi wasalam was left in the well, a caravan passed by, and one of the messenger was sent to the well for bringing water. So when he put the bucket and took the bucket up, he saw a very beautiful boy, Yusuf alayhi wasalam, come up in the bucket. And when Yusuf alayhi wasalam was taken, as they were merchants, they thought that they will sell Yusuf alayhi wasalam. So they went to Egypt and sold Yusuf alayhi wasalam as a servant for a few dinars, completely few dinars. And then Yusuf alayhi wasalam was taken by a rich guy of Egypt, and he was taken to his home, and then he told to his wife that this is a boy, and we will keep him as a slave, and as we don't have any son or daughter, and we can keep him as our own child. But dear brothers and sisters, I forgot to mention that Yusuf alayhi wasalam was really very beautiful and handsome. He was completely beautiful and handsome. And once Yusuf alayhi wasalam kept on staying, and when he grew up, the wife of his owner started having cunning thoughts in her mind. Shaitan started playing with her mind, and she had different types of intentions, different bad intentions to do, wrong intentions to do with Yusuf alayhi wasalam. But as Yusuf alayhi wasalam was believed in Allah the Almighty and was Allah's prophet, Allah had saved him. So the story is that when the owner of the house left, then the wife closed the door and started telling Yusuf ﷺ to come close to her. So for doing something else, for doing wrong things with him. But Yusuf ﷺ prayed to Allah the Almighty, and he asked Allah's protection from this woman. But she started forcing him and doing a lot of things. And in this, Allah mentions in the Quran that if Allah has not protected Yusuf ﷺ, or it was not for him, because he was going to make Yusuf ﷺ a prophet in the future. So if it was not for this thing, then Yusuf ﷺ, if Allah has not protected him, then Yusuf ﷺ could have fall in the trouble, and he could have done something wrong. So Allah has protected him from this wrong thing. Once the lady started forcing him to do something wrong, at that point of time the door started knocking. The owner of the house came back, and when Yusuf ﷺ rushed towards the door and opened it, he opened it and he saw the owner in front of the house. But one thing was that the shirt which he was wearing was torn from the back because the lady pulled it. And once the lady saw her wife in front of her, she changed her intention, changed her mind, and changed her words, and told to that man, look at the guy who is trying to do something wrong with your wife, and what are you going to do to punish him? And once everyone gathered for the decision to do what to do with Yusuf ﷺ, at that point of time, an innocent boy, completely innocent, without having any knowledge of anything, had told that it's better if you see the shirt. If the shirt is torn from the back, then the lady is the one who was trying to do wrong. And if the shirt is torn from the front, then Yusuf is the one who was trying to do wrong. So this way, the man came to know about who was wrong and who was right. Dear brothers and sisters, as we are short of time, I will continue the story in our next part. But before that, I would like to request all of you that whether it's your brother, sister, friends, wife, or whoever in your life, you should never be jealous. What they are getting is from Allah, and what you are getting is also from Allah. Parents in our lives never divide their love between all. They share their love with all of us, and give the same love to both of the siblings and both of the children. We should never keep in our mind that our brother is getting more care, our sister is getting more love, and I'm not getting anything, and feeling lonely. This is not right. And for parents also, it's completely haram to do something, to give something different to a different child, and to give something different to a different child. If you give the same love and the same thing, then this kind of thoughts will never come to your children's mind. Before concluding, I would like to narrate a hadith. Once a Sahaba came to Muhammad ﷺ and told that I'm going to give this gift to my child, and he asked him that are you going to give this to your another child also? He said no, only to one of the child. So Muhammad ﷺ told that in this situation, you have only two ways: either to give the gifts to both of the child, or don't give it to anyone, because children are having a very soft mind. They want care and love from their parents, and once they see someone else is taking their love and care, then from there jealousy starts, and shaytan can do anything, anytime with the mind of people, the mind of human beings. So dear brothers and sisters, please don't create any kind of jealousy in between your relationship and destroy them. I hope everyone is happy and Allah's blessings. I pray to Allah the Almighty that Allah always bestow His blessings upon all my Muslim brothers and sisters in the world. With this I conclude. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.